All right, Flash Fest fans, I'm overdue on some updates. It's just been a lot going on. But look, I figure I'm sitting here relaxing, getting a little bit of sun in, and so why not? Why not go ahead and counter the stress of a fantasy season with just some beautiful surroundings. So anyway, here it is. Went to bed last night. Wasn't too happy about the Phillies getting put out by the Mets. But man, what are you going to do when you show up for the regular season and you don't show up for the postseason? Kev, you know what that's like when it comes to fantasy, don't you? All right, let's get into it, y'all. All jokes aside, well, maybe not really. Man, we got Kima at the top. Kima, she's sitting pretty with the Savages. They 4-1. She got a banging squad between Derrick Henry and Allen. And look, I'll be the first to admit, like, I thought Allen, I underestimated him. I didn't think he was going to have no help. I thought he was going to be throwing it to tight ends all day long, and then they were going to be trying to run the ball. But Kima was clearly smarter than all you men in the league. Way to go, Kima. Way to hold it down at the number one spot. Next, we got Vaughn. He's sitting nice with a good squad. Hey, look, because today is just one of them days where I'm just giving shout-outs. I'm just showing some respect to most of you. And I got to admit, man, look, I ain't hating on the Skins. I'm sorry, Washington Commanders, man, that DC squad. I ain't hating on them. Like, Jaden Daniels, that boy is nice, and I hope he continues to do good things. Don't like seeing him do it against a division rival, me being an Eagles fan, but look, man, I like watching that boy playing. He's carrying Vaughn's team, he's carrying Washington, and it's a good thing to see, man. That boy got an arm, so congrats to you, Vaughn, for sitting in that second spot. Kev is 4-1 also, and if I'm not mistaken, like, he doesn't really have anybody on his roster that's just like killing. He just got a balanced squad, and balance makes a difference. So congrats to you, Kev. Next, it was Chris at 3-2. Whip A, man. Chris is one of those teams, like, he's going to jump back and forth. He ain't going to impress you during the year. But when it comes time to it, like, the Bulls going to do his thing. And so, Chris, you got Baker. Baker, like, he just got new life. The Bulls doing his thing. So shout out to Chris with Baker Mayfield, and got Cook running in that backfield. That's a nice combination. I wish these cranes or whatever it is behind me would just stop while I'm trying to talk to y'all, but it feels good out here. Anyway, moving on, Pat sitting pretty at 3-2 also. I think he was chasing Chris. I just played Pat. Pat punched me in the mouth a couple of times. I was just shaking. I mean, I got a QB putting up 50 fantasy points, and it means absolutely nothing. Why? Because the rest of my team is some trash. I'll get to that a little bit later. But Kamara, so consistent, so strong in that backfield. I don't know if I would rather have him or Saquon. I mean, I'm so thankful the Eagles got Barkley right now. But anyway, shout out to Pat. He's sitting at 3-2. I think he's 5th in the league, and he's always a threat. I think everybody else below Pat, those other people that I just kind of named, I think everybody else is like under 500. So it's Rob first. Rob really don't have a squad, but I ain't gonna disrespect Bloodline because he really, I mean, he came in last year, he took everybody's heart and he did his thing. But right now, he's relying on Robinson. I'm gonna say that's, if I ain't mistaken, the Skins, the Commanders, they pretty much just did a complete revamp of their whole roster. And I think that's what's going on. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I saw on the news, like, they had 17 new starters or something like that, like something ridiculous. So I think that's helping Rob, man. It's a brand new team doing brand new things. And then he got Kittle out there helping the 49ers not drown. So shout out to Rob with that. Then we got Luis. I looked at Luis's roster and I was like, man, how is he not 1-4? Like, maybe the only team he should have beat was me. He got C.J. Stroud, and that boy got an arm. But the rest of his roster, I mean, Luis, usually you got some studs. So I'm not expecting you to go far. I'm sorry. This is supposed to be a positive, uplifting sort of message. Keep hope alive, Luis. All right, next was Enoch. I think Enoch is his roster, from what I remember, like he got Lamar. And you got Lamar, you just say Lamar, just go do Lamar type things. And that's what Enoch is getting his wins off of. Then you got the two bottom feeders. It's likely the two teams that ain't going to make the playoffs. I don't know. It's a toss-up between Juan and Enoch. It's still early. But Juan is 1-4. Juan's roster is nothing impressive, but he has the Steelers defense. Anytime the team that stands out to you is like your defense, yeah, that's no bueno. No bueno. Not good for you English speakers out there. Anyway, Juan, you gonna have to figure it out. And then finally is me. And I looked at my roster. You know what I saw on my roster? Trash. That's what I saw. I don't even know the Spanish word for trash. El polluto. I don't know. It stinks. It's pollution. It's garbage. That's what my roster looks like right now. We 0-5. We can't buy a win. We got a quarterback throwing the ball, getting us all types of. You know what? It's injuries, man. It's injuries. I knew I didn't want the first pick. I felt like I had to go with CMC. I really should have just ignored him. I'm trying to uplift myself, man. It's this beautiful sun. It's helping. Anyway, we dealing with injuries. Now I'm gonna just run down, like, if I could select my roster, if I could do it all over again. You can't, but if I could do it all over again, I think I would have Daniels instead of Hurts. I don't know what to say about Hurts right now. I know I should have went back to my old logic, my old ways of thinking, and went with Josh Allen instead of going with some daggone Jalen Hurts. But if I had to pick again, yeah, Lamar or just Daniels, man, because Daniels is nice. And my backfield, I'd have probably went with Barkley, like that. Like, here's just like my vision in the NFC East. Neighbors, man, that boy is on beast mode. And in terms of consistency within the NFC East, like, I think I would rather have him than injured hamstring Brown and concussed Smith. Like, give me Neighbors. The boy is nice. We already talked about, Kittle with the 49ers. So, and the Broncos defense is sharp too. So, that ain't bad. But anyway, y'all, that's the recap. I need to go. I need to just continue to relax because it's a lot going on in life. But man, I enjoy fantasy. I enjoy you guys. Y'all enjoy this upcoming week because it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle. And look, don't sleep. I said, look, when I said it was either going to be Juan or Enoch that's going to be struggling, one of them two teams ain't going to go in. Oh, I already got it locked. I'm the other team. I'm already locked. I'm looking forward to next year. I got to find a way to give some of my other responsibilities to other people so I can pay attention to what really matters. And that's winning that fantasy. Love y'all.